Alabama with a new offensive coordinator. What does that mean to the Crimson Tide? We're going to ask a guy that played a little bit of football and a familiar face. And we're hanging out with you at Pearl River Resort at the Timeout Sports Lounge, getting ready for Super Bowl 59. All that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's get this party started. Brought to you by Pearl River. All right, what do you say, guys, with Mick Gillispie? That's me. That's Jake Coker in the house. Here we are. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Yep. Good to see you, too. A little change of venue. I like it.
Well, we finally get you out of L.A. and up here to Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi, the home of Marty Stewart, one of your favorites.
Yeah, I hate leaving the state of Alabama, but if you got to go, you got to come over to Mississippi. This isn't a bad place to be.
You even remember Marty Stewart?
Actually, I thought you were talking about Marty Smith at first. I was like,
He's from Virginia.
When you said, I was like, what is he talking about?
Country singer.
Yeah, the name rings a bell, but I can't remember.
Well, let's talk about Ryan Grubb. It was announced, Adam Rittenberg of ESPN broke the story, and everybody knows by now that Ryan Grubb is coming back to college to work with Kalen DeBoer. Hey, we've been speculating this since before the football season ended, the NFL season, that Grubb, there was a possibility that he was coming back to work with DeBoer. It's not like he had a failure. 10-7 in the NFL with the Seahawks isn't a bad season, but now he's coming back and he's going to do college football. So your initial thoughts on this move?
Yeah, I mean, Seattle. How much does it translate from the NFL to collegiate football? That's kind of hard to debate. I think Seattle was right around 5th in passing in the NFL, and now their run game struggled a little bit. But I haven't watched enough Seattle football to really understand what the pain points there were. I know Geno Smith threw for more yards than he's ever thrown for, and Ryan Grubb's a talented guy. There's no denying that. We all know that, right? I got to know Nick Sheridan. He's still going to be at Alabama from everything we've gathered, and why I hate to see him, kind of get demoted. At the same time, this is the unit that Kalen DeBoer wanted to bring in originally. Can't fault the guy. He's this is what he thinks is best for them to win at this point in time. Him and Ryan Grubb have been together for a long time. The chemistry's there. It's the same with Coach Saban. Coach Saban will tell you. He's not going to announce this to the world, but he had his favorite coordinators, and those guys work best together, and that's what allowed them to win when he had the guys that he wanted in place. So, it's very meaningful to the team. The coaches are going to coach best with that combination in place, and so you got to support him. He's at the helm, and I think you'd be kind of crazy to say that this isn't a good move for Alabama.
Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to be remembered. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and use our promo code BAMATAILGATE. The crown is yours. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code BAMATAILGATE, bet just $5 on any wager, and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. That's promo code BAMATAILGATE only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
When you played at Alabama, Lane Kiffin was a former head coach, and he was the offensive coordinator. What was the dynamic, though? Who were some of the other – because it just seemed like there was always an all-star cast of coaches that were around Alabama back then. So you might bring in Kiffin, but you still got Mike Loxley, or you still got Steve Sarkisian.
No, that the coaching staff that we have makes up most of football in the SEC or really the Southeast, the main players. I mean, you got Mario Cristobal at Miami. You got Billy Napier at Florida, Lane at Ole Miss, Kirby at Georgia. I mean, there was a star-studded coaching staff, and that's what I mean. Along with having a lot of talent on that team, we had the best coaching staff in the country, and I think a lot of those guys really benefited from Coach Saban's tutelage at the same time. I mean, I'm sure that those programs are run as similar to Coach Saban's program as possible with their own little tweaks in there.
Right.
But, I've said this on our show before that Coach Saban really revolutionized the way that programs are run from not only the football aspect, but the off the field stuff, the support from the training staff. I mean, there wasn't one. The only time you were really on your own is when you went back to the dorm. I mean, Everything was structured. Everything was, I think a lot of guys had trouble when they left because you didn't have the help from NFL teams that you get at the college level with Coach Saban in charge.
Who were some? So you had Kiffin was your offensive coordinator. Who was it? Mario Cristobal, who's
offensive line,
Miami. Yeah, and then
Burton Burns, running back coach.
Okay, which is, I mean, he's like a Hall of Famer, really. You talk about running back coach.
Bobby Williams, tight end and special teams.
Okay.
Had Coach Cochran in the weight room. Bo Davis, defensive lines coach. Had Tosh Lupoy. Had obviously Coach Smart.
So how does it work though when? Like you're the offensive coordinator, you're Nick Sheridan, and all of a sudden now you're,
I don't know. I mean,
how do you do
it's
that?
definitely got to be a shot. I mean, there's two ways you can approach it. I mean, you take it as a disrespectful notion from Kalen DeBoer, or hey, this is what's going to help us grow. Ryan Grubb has been ahead of me before. I understand how this works, and hopefully we play well enough where. He gets another shot at the NFL or somewhere else as a head coach, and I get to move into that position, get a little more experience, and grow from this. I mean, look, tight ends coach at Alabama is not a bad spot to be in, especially at his age.
Right.
And I think he did a great job last year. I'd feel great moving into next year if he was the offensive coordinator. It's no slight to him. It's just I think Coach DeBoer and Ryan Grubb have a long history, and it kind of is what it is. I mean, to me, those two seem to have the best relationship between him and any other coach in his previous history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at Washington, it was him and Ryan Grubb.
Right.
From what I remember when he was coming to Alabama.
Well, these guys all work together, too. So it's not like Nick Sheridan doesn't know Ryan Grubb or they don't have a relationship. I mean, it's probably hard. I don't look at it. It's hard where you don't have the same responsibility. But at the same time, I don't look at this as a demotion. I just think that it's one of those things like, hey, this guy's really talented. The only way you're going to get him is by doing this, and they wanted him there in the first place. And all the other part of it is whether people want to blame it on Jalen Milroe or not. That going 9-4 and looking at the offense in the Michigan and Oklahoma game, it leaves you with questions. And you know what? I mean, I get that. Not saying that somebody needed to be fired, and not even to shake up the staff, but 9-4 and the way that those two games went, two of the last three games. I mean, it makes you think like, hey, maybe this isn't a bad idea.
Well, obviously there were some issues there, right? I mean, we all saw those games, and I give them a lot of leeway and a lot of credit for going 9-4 with a brand new, lost 30 guys last year.
Mm-hmm.
I give them a lot of credit for bringing in guys and finding a way to win and having a winning season. Still, it's disappointing to watch us beat Georgia and lose to Vandy and then lose to Oklahoma in the way we did, in the fashion that we did. I think I don't necessarily think our guys played to I don't think they reached their ceiling. I think that is kind of common thought across the board if you're an Alabama fan. But it is year one. It's a tough transition, and it is what it is. But there's no way around it. It is a demotion, but at the same time, the guy Ryan Grubb came in first. He's Kalen DeBoer's guy. I can't hammer that home enough. It's going to give us the best opportunity to win based on what Kalen DeBoer thinks, and he's the head guy. So what do you do? They got a lot of history together too. I mean, look at what they did at Washington. I mean, they made it to the national championship with that tandem.
Yeah, and
it was an offensively driven team under Ryan Grubb. And I think that the way that they attack offense, if you watched them at Washington, those two they were very creative together.
Well, he'll still be the quarterback's coach, I'm guessing. But Alabama wasn't terrible last year, 22nd in the nation in scoring offense. They scored almost 34 points a game, right? 47th in rushing offense, 56th in passing offense, 42nd in total offense, 410 yards a game.
And I just to hit it one more point, you got to think here too. I mean, it's not like just an offensive coordinator. You don't just roll a guy out there and it's like a puzzle piece.
Right.
I mean, there's so much communication throughout the week, and especially in game. I mean, I think a lot of guys can come up with a great plan, but how do you adjust, see what they're doing, communicate with your head coach collectively, and find the best plan in game? I mean, I think that's kind of what probably sets them apart with experience together. Seeing different looks, making those adjustments, and putting the players in the best chance to be give them the best chance to be successful based on what you're getting, and you got to have a lot of comfort with the guy that you're working with to make those calls effectively and make those changes effectively.
I want to thank everyone here at Pearl River Resort in Philadelphia, Mississippi for taking care of us. We love coming up here, getting ready for Super Bowl 59. The Eagles have 7 former Bama players on their team, and the Kansas City Chiefs have none. So I guess that means we're all pulling for the Eagles, right?
Gives us an edge.
Yeah, 7 of them. But they haven't lost a Super Bowl in the last 2, and they're going for 3 straight, which has never happened before.
Well, it helps when the Zebras are on your team.
We saw the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and the Eagles, I thought the Eagles got a little – they should have been more aggressive in the second half. They were very aggressive in the first half and then had the lead, and they just didn't know what to do with it. You think they'll be more aggressive in the second half?
Well, I mean, you also – no lead is safe when you're playing Patrick Mahomes.
That's right.
And that guy's going to figure it out.
Yep. Are you excited about this one?
I'm excited to watch Philadelphia. Hopefully Jalen can pull it out. And, I mean, the guy's a winner. It sets himself apart with his leadership and his mentality, and you got to pull for guys like that. So I'd love to see him get his first. I mean, they got a heck of a team over there. It's just, Kansas City to me is probably the most talented team. Because of Mahomes and Kelsey. Yeah, I mean, it just good luck defending that offense. But the Eagles, again, that's a winning franchise. I never count Jalen Hurts out. Did you or do you, when you watch him, do you feel like, I handed this guy the baton at Alabama, the quarterback baton? He was not. You were 2015. I got to know Jalen for about a month.
2016.
Maybe a month.
So yeah. He wasn't trying to emulate anything Jay Coker did.
Yeah. Last time I saw him was, we came back in from the national championship in January of 2016, and I remember walking in to get my stuff out, and he was walking out. I just said, "Go get you one, buddy." Having no idea. I'm on the way out, just as happy as can be. Hey, hope you get one too.
Yeah. He's got a chance to get a big one.
Yeah.
Hey, you win this one, and I mean, but hey, guys, it's an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa. I drove in from Birmingham today. Not a bad drive at all. Got here right into, grabbed a ice cold beer and, got some wings and right back and right to work.
Hey, easy way to put money on the Bama boys.
Yeah.
Just an easy drive, convenient.
Well, I got the kiosks at the Timeout Sports Lounge, 20 TVs. with sporting events that are happening in this country or all over the world, really. But it's great. You got the kiosk if you need somebody in person. You got the personal kiosk, which basically you sit over there and then you can just kind of like pick what game you want to watch and make the wagers right from your station, which is pretty cool. So a private fellow like you could just go over there and nobody's going to bother you. Well, you don't like people bothering.
Just so many jokes come to mind that I gotta hold back.
But we appreciate it. We're going to be here again tomorrow. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. And again, check it out. And if you play $50 here at the sports book, you can go to Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. It's the Augusta you can play, the Azaleas, the Oaks. I got my Dancing Rabbit shirt on, and play it for $40. And you can do that without a membership. So I mean, that would work for you. You're not a membership.
Just show up and play.
Yeah, you just show up and play.
And just pay for the round with what I make in the casino.
Yeah.
Made a habit out of that over here. I just give money away over here.
They hand it over to them. Like and subscribe, guys. Thank you for being here. And again, this Sunday, big day here, but it's always a big day at Pearl River Resort at the Timeout Sports Lounge, Golden Moon Casino. Beautiful weather too, man. Totally surprised.
It's a hell of a day to be on the golf course right now. Taking your money.
I'm telling you. Hey, I wouldn't bet you. But what I would do is venture to tell you that I think it was like a week ago today it was snowing, right? Was that
75 degrees today, 10 inches of snow a week ago.
Unbelievable. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll, again, be back tomorrow more on our channel. So like, subscribe, thumbs up, and roll Tide.
To Pearl River Resort.